Hey Felix, it's Mike Doyle here, Golf Nat, and let me show you kind of some little comparison with Adam Scott here. It's going to be your Tour Pro model for today at least. And I'll try to go over what we were doing yesterday with there's a swing from yours on the left. So just initially posture, this was better. We were getting a little too upright with our chest. I want you to feel that you're aiming your chest. I'd like to actually be a little more even with that shaft, so you could probably even get that sense of being a little more downward, kind of on an angle like this. But I think generally, we saw it a few times. Maybe towards the end of the day, you were getting a little more and more upright where you felt used to. But see if you can work on trying to feel a little more tilt, butt stuck out a little more, hands dangling a little straighter under the chin, like that. You can see Adam Scott there the same way. So a lot of the meat, though, was what you had mentioned with your shoulder rotation. Let me watch. Let's watch Adam Scott do it here first, so you can see what he does. You can kind of see how this triangle shape he creates stays in front of his chest, like this, with his hands. His club head actually is outside his hands at this point. And then when he gets the club here, he's starting to hinge the shaft up. Keeps the hands right in front of the chest, reasonably vertical, kind of pointing to the inside of the golf ball like that when it's in front of his chest. And that was the same sort of spot we were trying to get to, too. The hands stay back. They almost stay close to that right thigh at this point. Club head moves out, stays just in front of the hands right there, a lot like Scott. And then up, like this, right when they're in front of your shirt button, like that, like him. Good job, pointing that shaft a little much steeper towards the inside of the golf ball, like that. And I know that sense was strange. We also have a little more tilt, like Scott, on our shoulders. There's not quite as much flatness to that line. Let me show you a few more things. So then when we took it to the top, hands felt a little higher. I think this was a 3/4 sense of the swing. Hands felt a little higher at this point. And then we're able to pull that club much more on, actually flatter than that line on the way down. So we got under that line. And you remember earlier in the day you had gotten from flat to steep. Now you had gotten from steep to flatter. Drop that hand. Club head's moving in from a great position here, right behind your hands. At that point, watch Adam Scott do the same thing. He'll get the hands up. He moves that club. You'll watch him get right under that line, too. Really similar there. Coming right behind his hands at that same spot as you right there. Really similar looking. He's probably got a little more rotation in his hips at this point. He's got a little more separation in his hips and his shoulders, but he's a Tour Pro. So if you watch your move delivering it down into the golf ball, bang, right on the inside of the golf ball. Good job there. Watch Scott do the same thing. He'll let that club sort of feed and fall down from the inside, hitting it nice and flush like that. And then if you watch him to the finish, he'll rotate the club through, fire his hips through it, the club going left, getting the club to exit out of his shoulder plane, basically like this. You can kind of see it at that point. The club kind of comes out of the angle of his shoulders. Let's watch you rotate through it. Good job there. You're going to watch pretty much the same thing here. Maybe a little steepness to the shaft, but not bad. You can kind of see there's the club, and your shoulders are like that. So you're pretty close. But again, it's just a function of good mechanics through the swing that it tends to look that way. And also we talked a little about the chicken wing too. Trying to feel that club face has to rotate through the golf ball and turn over itself. And that, if I showed you from this way, just from here, let's see that look down at impact. This is the same swing. Hands falling to the inside, weight forward at impact. Good spot right there at impact. Hands a little forward, leaning the shaft like that. And then rotating it through. Created a little bit of a flip, a little bit of a cup in that left wrist. I'd like to see a little more face rotation, a little more hand turning over. That's going to be something that we develop. But even there, I would say pretty good extension, not a whole lot of chicken wing, and good finish, good balance. So stick with it. Keep me in the loop. Let me know if you have questions as you practice or what's going on and what you feel and what you like and don't like, things that you're trying to get a sense of. But I think mainly the work is to work on the backswing, trying to get a feel for that posture setup and try to feel the handle of the club work closer to your body and that club gets set light here. Remember, the shaft feels light and the club gets a little more vertical to the top. Good stuff, man. Enjoyed it. Keep me posted, like I said. Shoot me a note sometime, and we'll see you again soon.